Okay, back here in Solaris Plaza with the crew from Once Upon a River. So we have our fearless director, Haroula Rose, and we also have John Ashton, who's also a Colorado local, I just found out, and then we have Kenadi DelaCerna, and this is quite the film. Now, John and Kenadi, I'm going to get to you in just a moment, but Haroula, this is your kind of feature film directorial debut, but you've been kind of a quadruple threat in the world of film and music for quite some time. And I just really quickly, can you just tell us where some of your music has been featured?
It's been on shows like How I Met Your Mother and American Horror Story, and that movie Still Alice with Julianne Moore.
Oh, yeah, that she got the Academy Award for.
Yeah.
Oh, that film.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I just had to brag about you for just a moment. Now, this is something where, you know, you've directed short films, and now this is your first feature-length film, but where did the idea come from for this one? Because it had to be special if you're like, okay, we're going to turn this into a big old movie.
Yeah, so there's a novel called Once Upon a River. It's by Bonnie Jo Campbell, and it's really lovely. I read it, and then I read it again, and I fell in love with the story and the relationship between these two characters and her journey. And I thought that's something I could live with for a while. Like you know, when you choose a project, you have to be with it for like at least a year or two of your life. And so I've really fell in love with the story and everything she goes through, and wanted to make it into a movie. It felt very cinematic. She travels by boat, on foot, hitchhikes to find her mom, and then ultimately she's finding herself. So it's a beautiful story, and I was really lucky to find the right cast and crew to help me make it come alive.
Speaking of that, now, John, this is something you are a very seasoned actor, so this must have been really special for you to say, okay, I'm going to spend my time working on this.
Yeah, I'm a very story-driven guy, and I'm not really a Hollywood guy, you know. So I did a lot of stage and stuff, and I got my degree in theater, and I read the script, and I just fell in love with the script and fell in love with the character and the relationship he has with Margot, and then Haroula got in touch with me, and we talked, and I did the film.
And, you know, Miss Kenadi, now this is something, from what I understand, you were kind of this, like, really important last-minute piece that fell into place. And was this your first film?
Yes, yeah, it was my first film ever, so.
And what was it like for you getting cast in the project?
It was really interesting, actually. At first, I kind of was like, oh, this is a hoax. This isn't real. Like, this isn't happening. No, it was incredible. It was an amazing experience. I mean, I met Haroula and Charlotte, who's the DP, and it was just a great experience that we had. Yeah.
And Haroula, from what I understand, this was like you found Kenadi of like right at the very last moment.
I did. Yeah. So I had been looking for a long time and was working with a really terrific casting director and asking around and just couldn't find the right person. And then I remember there's this girl named Jules Reed who came on to be like my assistant and help with the production, and she was like putting stuff out on like ads and backstage.com and casting calls. And then it was the very last day where I had to either, you know, go for it or pull the plug.
And she was like, you were going to have to pull the plug on the whole project if you didn't find her.
Yes, because winter was coming and it was the Midwest and so much is outdoors. I mean, she's an outdoorsy character. She like knows how to live on her own and skin animals and like do all this stuff. I was like, I don't think I can go past this date. And so then I got this link with her tape in it and was like, oh, I'm going to see this girl. And then flew to New York and had to test some stuff out with our DP. And so it all worked out great.
Well, clearly it worked out great. You guys are here.
And it was still pretty cold when we shot.
maybe not as chilly as it is this morning. It's a little chilly this morning. But listen, you have a chance to see the film tonight at 8:30 for the first screening. There's going to be a Q&A with all of you afterwards. Yep. And then there's another screening tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So there's 2 opportunities for you to see it. And just really quickly, Haroula, for people that, maybe they've never been to the Vail Film Festival before, why do they need to come tonight at 8:30?
I think it's really special to see a film where the filmmakers and the talent, the cast are present. I think it's important to like actually experience it in a way that is in a beautiful theater with an audience that really cares about the art form. So I think that's the most exciting piece of it. And it's our first time in Vail, all but John. But yeah, you should come say hello.
Great. Come say hello. And all right, we have to wrap this up. And John,
Yeah.
because of my goodness, those incredibly amazing pipes of yours, can you just take us out with a good morning, Vail?
Good morning, Vail.